What if I told you that failing is actually the secret ingredient to your success? I know, that might sound strange. After all, we're taught to avoid failure, right? But what if the very thing we fear the most is the thing that could push us to greatness? We live in a world that glorifies success, but rarely talks about the messy, uncomfortable road to get there. You see those successful people on social media, on TV, and think, they've got it all together. It must have been easy for them. But let me ask you, have you ever seen the behind the scenes of their story? No, right? Because what they don't tell you is that failure was part of the process. Take Steve Jobs, for example, the man who created one of the most valuable companies in the world, Apple. But did you know he was fired from the very company he founded? Can you imagine? One of the richest and most famous men today was once told, "You're not good enough. We don't want you here anymore." But here's the kicker. Did that stop him? Absolutely not. He used that failure to fuel his next big chapter. He went on to found Next, and eventually, Apple came crawling back to him. Steve Jobs turned failure into opportunity, and so can you.
Here's the truth. Failure doesn't mean you're not good enough. It doesn't mean the end. It means you're on the right path. You're learning, adapting, and evolving. Every time you fail, you're building the resilience needed to reach your goals. You see, success isn't about getting everything right on the first try. It's about sticking with it after you've faced setbacks. Look at Michael Jordan. We all know he's the GOAT, but guess what? He was cut from his high school basketball team. Can you imagine? The guy who would go on to win 6 NBA championships was once told he wasn't good enough. And what did he do? Did he quit? No. He practiced harder. He used that failure to push himself to new heights. And that's why he became who he is today. It's not about avoiding failure, it's about embracing it. Each failure teaches you something valuable. It teaches you how to adapt, improve, and come back stronger. Think about the times you've failed. How did you grow from them? What lessons did you learn? The key is to not let it stop you. Use failure as your motivation to keep going. Every major invention or breakthrough came from someone who wasn't afraid to fail. Thomas Edison failed thousands of times before inventing the light bulb, and he didn't look at each failure as a setback. He saw it as, "I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." That mindset, seeing failure as a learning opportunity, is exactly what led to success. Now, I know some of you may be saying, "But I don't want to fail. It's too scary." And that's okay. Fear of failure is normal, but you know what's scarier? Not trying at all. Imagine looking back 10 years from now and realizing you never even gave it a shot. Let your fear of missing out on greatness be bigger than your fear of failing. So how do you start embracing failure as a part of your journey? First, change your mindset. See failure as a stepping stone, not a roadblock. Second, don't be afraid to take risks. The biggest achievements come from stepping outside of your comfort zone. And third, keep going. Every successful person failed along the way, but the ones who succeeded were the ones who refused to quit. Failure isn't the end of your story. It's just a chapter. If you want to succeed, you have to embrace failure, learn from it, and keep moving forward. Don't let it stop you. Let it fuel you. You've got this. If this message resonated with you, let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more content.